Yo. We are live. Only 4 people in here. None of which have said anything. But that's okay. We just started. Let's wait for the regulars to come in while I sip my coffee. I recently put out a video of Tyson versus Buster Douglas. Let me get this up. I think that's it. I recently put out a video of Tyson versus Buster Douglas. What's good, format? And I was shocked at the amount of comments saying that Buster should have lost, should have been knocked out. That was such a long count. It was shocking. So I think I want to put out a video addressing the long count. I think I want to put out a video addressing the long count. I think the bias, the what's the word? The fan bias, I guess would be a word for it, in boxing is insane. You got a long count. See? And you're one of the problems. So here's the thing. Here's why it doesn't matter. So it's not that he didn't get a long count, because the count was long, but it wasn't. By the time, and I'm going to make a video literally showing the time his ass touches, because the rules state by the time you hit the ground, that's when the count starts. What happened here was the referee didn't start right when he hit the ground, because if you remember, Buster fell and slid back like the motherfucker got ejected from the back of a motorcycle, and he slid back. Then the ref ran over and started the count. Maybe 3 seconds late, but that doesn't matter. And let me tell you why. And I'm going to make a video on this. It doesn't matter because Buster Douglas, by the count of 3, was clearly banging his glove on the floor, annoyed at himself, looked up at the ref, was coherent as shit. He was fine. And he gets up. All a fighter can do, my people, is follow what the ref's counting. He saw the ref saying 6, 7, 8. At 8, he stood up, got up, and beat the count. He's waited till 8, like most fighters are supposed to do, to give himself the most time to relax and to recoup. He was totally fine. And guess what proved that? How he got up afterwards and continued beating Mike like he found Mike on the offender registry. That's how bad he beat him. Continued. Didn't lose a step. Matter of fact, beat him worse when he got up. And here's another thing. And this is for you, format. I like you, but this is for you. Why don't you look at Mike's count? Now, mind you, seems like fan bias for most people. I'm showing you that I am completely balanced and not biased here. I love Mike. I cried that night that he lost. I'm from New York City. Kevin Rooney was my trainer years later, but I loved Mike. I cried. I did not want him to lose. But the truth is the truth. And the truth is, why don't you look how long Mike's count was? Mike's count was even longer. His shit was like 15, 16 seconds, and he still couldn't beat it. So this whole fucking thing is ridiculous. Ridiculous. If Buster Douglas fell and he was up and he barely got up and he's hurt and blah, 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 okay, maybe there's an argument for it. Maybe. But he followed what the ref was saying. He followed what the ref was saying. And if he was hurt, I get it. But he wasn't hurt at all. That's what we call a flash knockdown. Wasn't hurt at all. That's why it doesn't matter. I believe the fan bias in boxing is out of fucking control. I've heard some of the craziest shit. That one is a little understandable, because if you don't understand the concept of boxing, or if you're so blinded by loving Mike, which I was, you'll be like, yeah, look at that. He got fucking 12 seconds. 13, I think it was 13 Buster got, apparently, because it took the ref 3 seconds to get over there after. But Buster skid marked across the fucking ring. And the ref ran over, waited for him to fucking slow down. It's like, waiting for the physics of Buster to slow down because he slid back and then ran over. Yeah, he started it late. What's supposed to happen, and maybe it's because it was Japan, there's supposed to be an official timekeeper that starts it. And then the ref picks it up when he gets over there. That's what in this fight, that didn't happen. You know, sometimes a guy will go down and you'll hear in the loudspeaker, 1, 2. That didn't happen in Japan. The ref just ran over and started 1 when he was down. Motherfucker was fine. I will give you guys this, though. Buster did just get up at 10, like fucking barely. But he was fine. If more than anything, he was upset at himself. Anybody who's banging he was banging at 3, like, fuck. So I want to make a video about that because that shit's ridiculous. What's up, blood? What up, Isaiah? Let's see what my man Format says of this. I don't know what was the deal with Mike looking for the mouthpiece. Maybe he would have beaten the count. No, well, Format. So that's the point. No, he was discombobulated. That's why he looked for the mouthpiece. That's why he wouldn't have got up. He was discombobulated. And did you see when he got up? The motherfucker fell back down again into the ref's arms. He was done. Done. So you're clearly a Tyson fan, which I get. So was I. But it is what it is. And one thing, I'm going to make a video on it. Because nobody could refute when I'm going to run the knockdown in the seconds. Stop it at 3. There's Buster hitting the floor. There's Buster looking up at the ref. Clearly coherent. Boop, boop, boop. And then I'm going to play Mike Tyson's knockdown. That shit was like, I'm remembering anywhere from 15 to 18 seconds he got. Mike got a lot of time. Nobody talks about that, though, because it didn't matter. That's the whole juxtaposition of the situation. That's when you're hurt, when 18 seconds doesn't matter, as opposed to when you're not hurt, which was what happened with Douglas. He wasn't hurt at all. And anybody who knows boxing will say that. You know he wasn't hurt. I'll be the first one. If he was fucked up, you could tell he's fucked up. We've seen guys like my man Montel Griffin get up and fall back on their face 3 times. That's hurt. Not, So I'm just surprised how many people talk about that long count when I put out that video. Fucking denial. Yeah, I did see it. Now you're going to have to make me go back and rewatch this fight. You should, man. Rewatch it. I'm telling you. So if the initial count on Douglas was long, the fight should have been over then, correct? No. Because Buster Douglas could have gotten up. He was waiting for the ref. You get what I'm saying? I get what you're saying. If it's long, but no, because the fight doesn't just go by the ref's count. It goes by what the fighter does. And the fighter reacts to the ref's count. They know they have until 8. Every fighter is taught, stay down and get up at 8. And Buster started getting up at 8, and he got up at 8, and by like 9.5, he was up. No. If he looked hurt, then a long count matters. But if he's just waiting 8 seconds, like almost every fighter does, no, it doesn't matter. The fight he should not have been knocked out because he was totally coherent and he was not knocked out. See, there you go, CJ. In your sentence, he should have been knocked out, but he wasn't knocked out. And he proved that in his body language and his responsiveness to the ref. Mike Tyson, on the other hand, was knocked out because his count was super long, even longer, but he couldn't even stand up. And when he stood up, he was all fucked up. He looked drunk. He looked like Michelob himself came and hit him in the fucking head. He had little beer bottle birdies going around his head. That's the difference. No, Mike was knocked out, Eon. Not surprised. Knocked out. Binkley Thomas, that's dope. You can get up whenever you want as long as it's before 10. Those are the rules of boxing. theoretically, just like Dubois and Usyk, we can all see. And now that's similar, but it's different. But it's similar, right? What do you mean nobody knows? What you mean? What you mean? Buster Douglas hit his hand on the floor from frustration in himself and stared at the ref waiting for the count. Wasn't wobbling around. Usyk's hand was fucking shaking like he had Tourette's and he couldn't breathe. And he was spinning around. What you mean we don't know? There's certain things called common sense. I'm not saying you don't have common sense. You're a smart dude. But I'm saying body language. It's obvious. His body language. He was rolling around like a man hurt. Now, but here's the thing. I'm balanced. Whereas Buster clearly wasn't. And Buster beat the count. Usyk didn't look better for at least 2 minutes. But again, I'm balanced. I say that should have been a knockdown 1,000,000%, but not a knockout. Even though I wanted Usyk to get knocked out. See, I'm being honest. I'm telling you guys, I'm not biased. Because we don't know how Usyk would have acted if the ref was counting. You see what I'm saying? See the similarity? We saw how Buster reacted to the ref counting. The ref wasn't counting with Usyk, but if he was, Usyk might have been acting, or might have just sucked it up and had some real lion's heart and like, fuck it, I got to get up. I can't get, even though I think this is a low blow, this dude is counting, so I got to get up. So we don't know how he would have reacted. So I'm not going to say he should have been knocked out, because for all I know, he could have been putting that shit on, or he could have just grabbed himself by the nutsack and said, fuck it, I got to get up. This guy's counting. Even though I don't believe this was a real knockdown. Feel me? Nah, he saw what happened versus Dubois. Dubois hit him with the clean. It was clean. It was absolutely clean. Usyk's trunks were high for starters, but even if they weren't, it was belt line. Belt line is legal. That was a bad call. Bad call. Check out Quarry versus Chevalo, Pryor versus Bobby Joe Young for the effects of a punch. Well, Pryor, funny, I actually trained with Bobby Joe Young when I first started boxing. Pryor was on, literally, Joe, he was literally smoking crack, like at that point in his life. So that could have been the fucking crack. That was Pryor's only loss. He was literally, like, people say, oh, what are you on crack? No. He figuratively and literally was lighting a glass crack pipe and smoking it during training for that fight. And maybe even before he got in the ring. So I don't even fucking count that. Which is weird, because crack should make you, like, bullets bounce off your head. And, you know what I'm saying? Nothing bothers you. Go watch it. I'm going to make it. I'm going to play it. You got a white CJ with a wrench as well. I don't feel... He's that's not Chris Espadon, is it? The white CJ, I believe, is an Australian. That's Chris. No, maybe it is. I fucking forget. Dubois going to take a knee. Nah, Dubois going to knock Parker out. I disagree with you, Joe. I disagree with both of you guys. Dubois going to knock Parker out, I believe. I believe Parker got very lucky with his last 2 wins, beating 2 dudes who are done, mentally done, and biologically done, like meaning age. Wilder and Zhang are both damn near. Zhang is well over 40. Wilder's damn near 40. They're done. First time I ever saw Usyk hurt from... Yeah, he's been hurt from body shots. Joshua rocked him with body shots a couple times. And, of course, Beterbiev famously dropped him in their amateur fight, the Olympic fight, I believe, with a body shot. Parker's got a great team behind him. The team can't jump in the ring, though, Joe. I believe Parker is... I can't believe he's only like 32 or whatever. He's been boxing so long. But he has a lot of mileage on him, Parker. He's more experienced, has a better resume. Yeah, but he has way more mileage on him. And I don't think he could take that punch Dubois has. Now, again, Dubois quit. So that's always going to be there. So that's always possible. Because Wilder knocked out Anthony. Come on. Wilder knocked out 100% of the people he fought. Think about what you just said. I don't know why people thought Wilder was going to knock Parker out. Because he knocked out 100% of the people he beat at that point. He beat, not fought, but he beat. So why wouldn't you think that? And we're not talking 3 fights, 42 fights, knocked out everybody. Well, 41 technically, because the rematch with Stavern. Parker is also young, not mileage-wise. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe. I'm not gonna stay on too long. I'm in probably like an hour today. I'm actually gonna do this video. This Tyson video. I don't know if people give a fuck. That's the problem. A lot of people don't give a fuck. About, like, if I make a Shakur video, it'll get like 300,000 views on YouTube. But if I make a Tyson Douglas, it'll get like 10,000. "95% were bums." Oh, come on, Joe. We don't use the bum word in here. Nobody who puts their life on the line is a bum, for starters. Secondly, that's not true. I like Dubois. I thought he got robbed. And thirdly, I've said this a million times. You try knocking out 42 people, even if they are all what you call bums. You try knocking out 42 normal people that's never fought. That's hard to do. Even if they're not good fighters, it's hard to do, let alone if they're, I like Dubois. I think he got Roberts Usyk. It was a low blow. Usyk is vulnerable to the body. He got robbed of a knockdown. Not a win, though, because, again, we don't know what would have happened. No, I don't, Isaiah. I'm going to dislike your Tyson video. I care. That's fucked up. You're supposed to be supporting me. Can't be disliking videos. No, what I mean is I don't count Parker out because people thought Wilder was going to knock him out. Yeah, but Anthony Wilder didn't throw one punch. Like, almost, he legitimately, I'm exaggerating, but he threw so little punches in that fight. Like, so little. Who's not going to beat that? Who's not going to beat that man who's throwing no punches? I think Fury fucked him up. And I think it just might have been, he might be at the end of his rope. Okay, I take back the bum tag back. That's good. That's good. And they're not bums. Some of them were, they were all, Ortiz, Brazil. These guys were good fighters. They weren't amazing. They weren't world legends, but they were good fighters. They far from bad fighters. Wilder's loss was a cherry pick gone wrong to avoid Joshua. I mean, I guess. I always forgot Dubois is only 20. He's young. Why didn't you like the comment on your bag? Why you didn't like my comment on your bag? I didn't see it. Maybe that's why. Fury was the WBC mandatory. Fury should have fought Joshua instead of Wilder number 3. But Wilder, of course, with his crazy conspiracy crap and inability to accept the loss, legally blocked that fight. We could have had Fury, and that would have brought up Fury stock. So I think Fury would have beat Joshua at that point. But who the fuck knows? Maybe Wilder should go down to cruiserweight. He shouldn't fight again. He should have fought a cruiser to begin with. You think Fury comes back to fight AJ? I think so, actually. I think he probably will. I don't want to see that shit, but I mean, I do want to see it. It'll be fun. I think they're both. I think now we're just watching CTE develop, but you should stop at a certain point. You really should. Walk away. Fury's taken. The thing with Fury is he hasn't gotten his ass whooped, right? If you watch him, he doesn't get hit much. He's just had a few shots land that he gets dropped a lot, but he doesn't get hit much. So it's questionable. You know what I mean? And heavyweights are way less likely to get that shit happen to them. Yeah. Wilder versus Jake Paul. Jake Paul wouldn't fight Wilder in a million years. Even this version of Wilder, he wouldn't fight. Fury stops AJ. Tyson inspired me to rise from East Oakland to be an electrical engineer and divorce my ex-wife. Why would he inspire you to divorce your wife and become an electrical engineer? He's a fighter from Brownsville. You confused me with that one. His conspiracy was his water was spiked. His suit was 40 pounds. He gave him noodle legs. Oh, it was that and the gloves. Yeah, the gloves were loaded or they were pulled up. Apparently, he had his glove was flopping and his fist was up here. It was fucking stupid. But either way, the punches landed. That was the whole thing. It's like, well, those punches landed, just like what people say about Ryan and but the Austrian could make them land. Technically, the Austrian could make you hit faster and harder. So Ron needs to stop licking toads and get his killer instinct back. He's done though, man. Licking toads. That's funny. Didn't you die for? Aren't toads poisonous? Or does that just get you high? Still can't believe Fury got dropped by Ngannou. I'll be honest, Ngannou might have beat him. Like, there's an argument for Ngannou winning that fight. Unbelievable, but true. I think that was the end of Fury's prime. Ngannou fight, Buster Douglas to Mike Tyson's prime is as Ngannou is to Tyson Fury's prime. Done. He looked dope, knocking out Dillian White, knocking out Chisora, loading up the money, beating dudes he knows he could beat. And then Ngannou came and done. He hasn't looked great. I mean, he looked pretty good the first fight against Usyk until he got rocked. But he was running. He was letting Usyk, the little middleweight rabbit with very few knockouts, pressure him. Let's go. Yeah, he does. Because Tyson bounced back from Robin Givens and her mother, I knew it was possible. Okay. What's up? Let's talk about Eros Spins. For the rematch, Ryan should put the King Austrian on his trunks. He should. That's something he would do, too. Something Jake Paul would do. Yeah, I believe Ngannou won. He looked good, and I don't think Fury was prepared. Yeah, he wasn't training at all. What's up, Blood? What's up, Blood? Hey, Blood. I'm going to start calling people Blood in everyday life. See how they look at me like I'm crazy. I'm glad AJ got knocked out because of a lot of people had AJ meat mouth after he knocked out. You guys are funny. The way you emasculate people. They had AJ meat mouth. That's so fucking gross. Anthony, that's so fucking gross. Meat mouth? Like it's just remnants of it in their mouth still? Ugh. Ugh. Give me my guy fight sport. Why? Don't call random people Blood. I don't go to Cali, so don't worry about that. That's not going to happen. I mean, I have gone. I'm just... Till I get hired for some job, not happening. Not happening. Not happening. I want to get hired. I'm done doing free collaborative bullshit. I mean, I don't really do that much of that anyway. Ness came at you a little strong over the Nate Robinson thing. That was like mad old, but okay. Is it tough love or did he wake up on the wrong side of the bed? He woke up on the wrong side of the bed. He was cranky. Call them bloke. Okay. Glad you're on the Bivol rematch with Beterbiev. I really want to take Bivol, but I'm not sure if I could stand by late round. I think Bivol's going to win. I think Bivol's going to win, Calvin. I don't want him to win. I want Beterbiev to win, but I think Bivol's going to win. I think Bivol's going to beat him decisively. I don't think it's going to be arguable. I think it'll be still close, but everybody will say Bivol won. Tim Crawford wants to hire you to flip-flop. Who's Tim Crawford? Oh, you mean Tim Bradley? Because after that, people gave Fury no chance. The more I watch this channel, the more surprised I get that you're 47. Thank you. And I'm 48. So maybe that's even more surprising. 48. Turned 48 November. There it is. I saw Turkey say he's interested in a trilogy. Yeah, I mean, whack. Bivol win, Turkey will make the trilogy, and Beterbiev will move up to cruiserweight and fight Zero. What are you going to do when Benavidez retires undefeated and beats everybody all the way through cruiserweight? Wow, what if he even goes to heavyweight and wins? What are you going to do? What are you going to say? What would you say? Let me ask you that. Let's say that happens. Let's say Benavidez retires undefeated and even wins a heavyweight title. What would you say about him then? You'd probably pick it apart. Well, he fought some crappy champion. You hate Benavidez. Do you consider me Blackgarian? I do not. No. Benavidez more than likely will stay undefeated. All the fights he's taken have been not easy. I know. I don't know if he'll retain undefeated. I can't go that far, but the second part, what you said, is right. His fights have all been hard. He fights everybody. Everybody. I would have never fought Morel if I was him. Not at this stage. Zurdo needs to fight Jai Opataya. He does. I agree with that. Agreed. We can all say Benavidez has been getting better every fight. Yep. What's up? Mexicans don't think Benavidez is special, blocking their own blessings. Is special? That's racist. Nah, Jai Opataya beats Zurdo, in my opinion. If Canelo never fights Benavidez, then would it be a stain on his record? No. Yes and no. A little bit. Little smudge. You made me a logo? Oh boy. You know this is a joke. Benavidez is almost 30 with only 2 good wins. Plant and Boo Boo, and both weren't champions. So the Morel wasn't any good? No good for you? Okay. Would Beterbiev go out to fight Usyk? Probably. Probably, but he has his hands full with Bivol, so it'd be a smudge because but Canelo accomplished so much at this point. It's like, fuck it. He accomplished a lot. So let me call in. Why? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about, Francisco? I knew one of my boys' name growing up was Francisco Leiva. Believe he was half black. He might have been half, I don't know. I don't think he knew his dad. I wonder what ever happened to him. He's a cool kid. I remember trying to look him up and I just couldn't find him. That's like a uncommon name. Saw him in the bus once, like years later, but Morel was a good fight, but the guy only had 11 fights and was considered a prospect. Tell him, Isaiah. What's good? Right, I understand that. What topic? It's such a duck that every time someone brings up Canelo, yo, that's a fact. That's a fact. Signature sounds. You a DJ? Morel will win. Morel's win was very underrated. I agree. I mean, it's hard to see how dope the win was. Excuse me. Because Morel only had 11 fights, so we don't really know what he's about, you know. And he got all he could handle with that fucking the white dude he fought right before, or maybe it was Hispanic, whatever, the bald dude he fought right before. Being vocal and becoming disputed. Okay. Morel looks more built than Bivol. Well, muscles mean nothing in boxing, as you could tell by looking at me. I could hit hard, and I was never the most muscular person. I got, definition, but I'm not like, boom. How is he supposed to unify when Canelo's holding the belt? Yeah, exactly. He came back and he's very disciplined, whether he lost belts or not. Okay. Well, we're going to see. Grape. It's seltzer, though. I don't drink soda. That's sugar. Fuck, that shit'll make me. That's why I don't look at 48 blogs. I don't fucking drink sugar. You moron. He had the chance to fight Plant, but he wanted to marinate the fight. Clowns. Harsh words. I don't know. He did fight Plant, though. Plant fought them both and lost to them both. I don't know what loss was worse. Benavidez might have been worse, technically. How can a knockout not be worse than a decision, you ask? Well, Benavidez battered his ass for the majority of the fight, and the holding was the only thing that stopped the knockout. Canelo was losing most of that fight until the knockout came. So which was worse? Which one was worse? Benavidez makes business sense and legacy sense. There is not one reason Canelo cannot give him the fight. That my Canelo shit comment was worth a super chat, though. Huh? Canelo shit. Marco, you look like a suburban 90s uncle, but I know you can knock me out. Suburban? You never see me in person. I don't fucking look suburban. Definitely don't look or dress suburban. At all. Suburban dudes don't wear shit like this. Feel me? See, you just made me bust the Superman cape out on you. I am in the suburbs now, though. That's a fact. Straight suburb. You see the street. Quiet and suburban as it gets. All right, what else we got? What's wrong with the suburbs? Nothing. I'm just not from the suburbs, nor do I look like I'm from the suburbs. I don't think, but maybe because I'm white. Maybe I was just some racist shit. CJ, you're being racist again. Canelo fought that Floyd didn't have to fight him when he was only 23 and looking like he was dangerous. It's a good point. Floyd gave Canelo a taste when it was absolutely not necessary, but that's the difference, Daddy. I can't believe I just called you Daddy. Jesus. Yeah, you got to change your name, man, or you got to tell me what's your name, like Brian or some shit? Brian, I'm going to call you Brian. Fuck it, because I'm not calling you Daddy. Listen, Brian, that's the difference. Canelo did not deserve it, and it was not even being called for. Benavidez does deserve it, and it is being called for. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd had so many people to choose from besides Canelo. Canelo has nobody to choose from at 68 that's anywhere near Benavidez's level. Actually, I better be by knockout. I hope so. How do you think Crawford would have done against Pacheco? Crawford might be too experienced, but once Pacheco seasons a little, he's too long and strong. James. I'm going to stick to Brian. Pause? Why am I pausing? All thugs go to the burbs eventually. I mean, I'm not a thug either. Like all dogs go to heaven. I still think Canelo beats David, but it's a duck. You think he beats him? Why am I so fucking tired? Nah, chill. Chill. What's Canelo going to do with all that pressure? What's he going to do? Try and move his head? He's going to get fucking, his shit's going to get tapped up. I'm telling you. Shit's going to get tapped like the feds. Shit's going to get tapped like the FBI. Oh, I like that one. I'm going to use that one. His shit got tapped like the FBI was there. That's a good one. That is a good metaphor. That's a good metaphor. His mug got tapped like the FBI was there. Or, even better, his grill got tapped like Donnie Brasco. What's better, Brasco or FBI? Hit the like button. He's going to knock out David's block off. David a little chinny. What makes you think he's chinny? You ever see the rare redhead Mexican mallard duck? This has got to be some kind of a joke, but no. Carlos Adames by UD. Over who? Tapped like Henry Hill? I don't know who that is, so that doesn't work for me. Sorry, buddy. Surly Bill. Are you white? I feel like you're a white guy. I can smell my own people. I smell it. Are you a white guy? Oh, God. I never saw Goodfellas. I know. Crazy, but I never saw Goodfellas. But that's a good one. There's a couple like big mob movies I never saw that people love. Goodfellas is one of them. Godfathers, I never saw any of those. They kind of bored me. I love like the Bronx Tale. Like I love mob movies, just not, I don't know. Canelo's ever to fight Arthur. Do we finally get Canelo knocked out or stopped? I think Benavidez might stop him. Merrill definitely hurt David. He hit him with one shot that buckled his legs. To me, getting buckled or getting rocked is different than getting hurt. Hurt to me is when you're in danger of going down. Rocked is when you go back a second or your knees buckle for a second. Wait, but to me, hurt is when you're in real danger of going down. Like, you're stumbling around like it's bad. But it's all subjective. He did rock him, though. What's up, Lisa? Bud is getting knocked out in 7. You might be right. White girls used to smell strange to me in elementary, middle school, but I love them. Is that racist? Yeah, that is definitely racist.
Oh, that's racist.
White girls smell. Now, if I said black girls smelled strange to me, I'd be canceled. It would go from 23 down to like 0, and nobody would ever talk to me again. The truth is, I agree with you. White people stink. They stink. I am so white, I'm translucent. See, I knew it. I could tell by the name and by the profile. I'm telling you, man, I smell my own people. David has never been down before, just slips and flash knockdowns. One flash knockdown, my friend. And then that knockdown was a slip with Morrell, absolutely. Clear. Not a slip, a push. That stands out. Fighters are nowhere near Canelo's level or touching David. Who? It's boxing, Brian. Or James. It's boxing. You're going to get hit. It's just, it happens. If it's an occasional sporadic thing, then, it's part of the game. I hate that somebody could just hold the belt hostage like that. Yeah, because sanctioning fees. That's why if Turkey comes in, makes the Ring Magazine belt the only one that matters, that shit's all done with. Canelo has all-time chin. Yeah, That's true. I don't think David will knock him out. Drop him. I think it'll be a stoppage or just probably a UD decision, UD victory. But a stoppage where he just lumps his shit up, or the ref is just like, that's enough. You're taking too many shots. But probably not. Probably not. Because if he couldn't stop Morrell, I think Canelo's defense is too good. So I think it'll be a UD. I just laugh and continue listening. Laughing about what? Crawford not taking tune-up at 68 is strange. Not really. He doesn't want to ruin the money. Turkey likes Bud more, and it might be... Yeah, he does. Of course he does. He loves Bud. That's why Bud's like, I want to fight for Undisputed. I'd be like, put him next. You're not getting any younger, Bud. Yeah, Bud needs a tune-up. He doesn't need to be tuned up. Why? Why put more mileage on that bot? Like for what? At 37 or whatever he is? Robert says, what's up, Marco? KO yawning, making... I know, I'm sorry, guys. I don't know why I'm so fucking yawning. Morrell low-key a beast. See, you just made me yawn. Saying yawning. And I slept enough, I feel like. I don't know. It's the winter, man. I'm telling you, I hate the winter. Like, I would love nothing more. No, I'm telling you, my dream right now, and I would do this tomorrow if I could. If I had a job where I could work from home or, whatever it is, I'd move to Florida. Or if I was doing my own, if like this was getting like tons, if this was my number one way of living, doing these streams and doing my content, I'll go to Florida. I mean, like that. Got family out there too. I'm saying Canelo might be able to take David's punches. I think he will. David doesn't get hit that much. And when he does, he chooses to. That's the difference. I don't think if Canelo's popping the way they say he's popping, and it's affecting David, I don't think David will let that keep happening. He'll move his head more. He won't just come in letting him, Do you think a heavyweight? Yes. That's why I was saying, say which one about Jake Paul. He's 200 pounds solid, and he could punch really hard. If he hits Canelo, you never know. You never know. Work for Pro Box. If they hired me, I'd do it in a fucking second. I know Paulie. Isn't that Paulie's company? I should hit Paulie up. Tell him to hire me. Matter of fact, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it right now. He never really responds to my texts, but let's see. Paulie Malignaggi. Hey, man. It's Marco Box. I'd love to work for Pro Box. Can you direct me to anyone? Appreciate you. Okay. I just messaged Paulie. He won't respond, but can't hurt, right? Putting it out there, letting people know I'm looking. I live in Florida. Ooh, what part? My family is down in like Fort Lauderdale area. All this talk about what Canelo would do to Benavidez is pointless. You're right. No, you're right. That's a fact. Juan Manuel Marquez lives in my neighborhood, and tons of people around here work for Pro Box. Do you know, Danny, can you connect me with anybody at Pro Box? I believe I have a catalog and a following big enough. Well, in Instagram, here I only got like 30,000 followers. On YouTube, not even that many. But I believe I have a big enough catalog where it would justify, you know what I'm saying? I'd be an asset. Do you know anybody? Who do I hit up? I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what Pro Box does. They just put on the boxing shows, right? I'd love to commentate for them. But they got Paulie. They got Tarver. They got all these former champions. Not going to fuck with me. Although I think I would make a good addition. You got to put in a non-fighter. Even though I was a fighter, I was not a fighter at that level. Like, nobody knows me as a fighter. So I'd be a non-fighter voice. And I'd bring a little more levity and, like, lightheartedness and some comedy to it. Those guys are mad serious. Fresno? Get the fuck out of here. I almost did, funny enough, CJ, funny story. right out of college, I almost moved to Fresno with this dude, not with him, but this dude who was a lawyer who had a small boxing promotion company. I almost moved out there to work with him and do the boxing promotion. But I ended up not doing it because I don't want to live in fucking Fresno. Apparently, it's like the boondocks. My man from Long Beach told me Fresno's like the country. Paulie hates Canelo. I live in Orlando in Lake Noah. Schools here are amazing. I went to Orlando once to that nightmare of a fucking Disney World or Disneyland or whatever, whichever one it is. That shit sucked. Hot, not hot as fuck. No shade because there's no big buildings. And just you stand. I thought that was Paulie. I'm like, he got back to me. You just stand in fucking lines. You stand in lines for hours to go on a 30-second ride. And you just have the sun beating down on your fucking melon. Just feeling the cancer. Like, nah. Nope. And standing, which I fucking hate. And I have a bad back from having bad flat feet. So that shit was killing me. You didn't say where you were from, did you, Lisa? Okay, well, fuck it. Contact Gary Jonas. Who the fuck? I mean, come on. What would you want to do a pro? Yeah, anything. Content. I could either. Commentating is my bread and butter, but they want me to like make little intros for fucking all the fights or whatever they want. You almost moved to Japan. Okay. Marco, after I retire for whatever I'm doing in the future, I would like to move to the countryside. World is Atlanta, land is... I've been to both. Girl I was dating back in college would go to Disneyland, with her family, and they would spend like 9 hours a day. I went once. I'm 22, 21 years old. Like, I don't want to be in a fucking Disneyland. What was wrong with her? Went once, never went again. And I obviously didn't have kids then. LA Universal is the best, but mad packed. I've been there before too. Orlando has a huge Disney park. It's world, okay. Border Wars or nah? Get out of here. Did you hit up Whack 100? He was supposed to get back to me. He never did. Marco, you could be one of those guys that wipes the mat in between rounds. How about you wipe my ass? How about you wipe my ass in between rounds? Now we're talking. Punk. I lived in Cali and mostly Florida. They're similar, but Florida is better. Hell yeah. Well, the weather in Cali is more balanced, right? Florida gets, I've never been there in the summer. Here it's baking. That shit is baking like Betty Crocker in the summer. Hit up Ness and CJ. I ain't tripping. Huh? You ain't gonna fight no goddamn. That dude looks like he would lick the sweat off. Ew. Florida gets too hot. That's what they say. I lived in the Caribbean for was it 3 months? 2 months. Well, August, September, October. Almost 3 months I lived in the Caribbean. St. Kitts. Talk about hot. Nope. I am not. Why? 2 reasons. One reason, I'm probably going to be here doing the tank fight, covering it, as long as they approve me. 2, I wouldn't want to pay to go out to Border Wars. It's just not worth it for me. Because I don't make, you know what I mean? If it was paid for, I would consider it. But even then, I might not do it. It's sad because Lake Nona is amazing. If you have kids, 400K average for a townhouse. What the hell is going on in this chat? Weird. Yeah, I know. Marco, do you explore the world? No. I told you I never boxed for real. How can you still be scared? Champ, any boxing news? CBV spent hella time on Super Bowl. Yeah, I know. Alberto sounds extremely asking him that. Welcome to Alberto versus CJ.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Was that the whitest thing I've ever done? Marco, is there a rule for when you're in the middle of a match, you have to use bathrooms so they can... No. Your adrenaline and all that shit pushes all of those bodily functions back up in you. You don't have to go during a fight. I've never once had to go during. I had to pee before. Even when I'm fucking hitting the bag, I've never and I'll work out for 2 hours sometimes straight. I don't have to pee. It's like it all just you get all jacked up and all that. You don't feel it. Super Bowl was terrible. Can't wait for a match this weekend. I forget you're a Tank fan. Who, me? Okay. I am. It's fun to watch. Plus, more than anything, though, Lisa, it's not that I'm a Tank fan. It's that I want to be at all events that are local to me so I can network and just cover them. And, it's part of my job. That was the whitest thing you've ever done. Well, Don't put me on the YMCA on my name. This will be the demonstration of why trans neither leagues. Alberto ain't a man, though. Oh, damn. Alberto, he just called you a cake boy. Alberto, you baking cakes? Alberto, tell the truth. You baking cakes?
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
I always go to number 2 before sparring, even if I didn't need to. So you just push a dump out, even if you don't have one in you. That's a neat trick. How the fuck you do that? Super Bowl was amazing for his Eagles fans. Be well, fam. Done. Listen to F. Bois. Huh? I don't know what that meant. You're confusing me now. Ugh, my son will be home in about 20 minutes. And I got to get the fuck off. Then I got to go pick up my daughter. And then the parenting starts. See? That's my life. I got all this time to do this. I work for my business, what I need to do. And then right around 3:34, kids are home. And then it's parenting shit. I got almost no time to do my own shit until late. I don't think I'm going to go live tonight. I think I'm watching a movie with wifey. I would just try because I always had bubble guts before. That's just nerves. Disneyland is the best. If you say so. When do you work for your business? During the day. Yep. Taking calls, emails, bookings, all kinds of shit. I could do everything from home. Almost. I got to go in once a week physically, but my manager takes care of all that. I love her, but I'm losing fucking money. But if I didn't have her, I'd probably be losing money anyway, so whatever. But whatever, I don't want to talk about that. And yeah, we got some fights coming up. Yeah, we do. Marko, how's your comedy? No good. No good. But let's talk about something else. I don't feel like getting depressed. What else we got? Damn, Alberto. Oh, what do you say? Oh, he already said that. All right. That's it. Keyshawn prediction. I think Keyshawn will win a decision. Turkey card, yeah. And then Tank. Marco, you better hit whack 100 back up. Why? So I could do his diaper commercial? What the fuck is doing a diaper commercial going to do for me? If you can explain to me, Rob, maybe I'll do it. Well, what the fuck is that going to do? Are you sick of shit leaking out of your diapers? You don't want to use wipes? Is your baby crying and the house be stankin'? Get Whack 100 diapers without gripes. Like that's going to do something for me? He has a ton of boxing events? What you mean? Like what kind of boxing events? I'll text him right now. What kind of boxing events does he have lined up? I didn't know he did boxing. He wanted me to do fucking. When I talked to him, he told me I don't even follow boxing that much, but I love your videos because of what you. He said I want you to do my diaper commercial. He didn't say nothing about no boxing events. Not fighting a 4-year-old with a beer belly ain't macho. Don't sleep on them. Nick Cannon is also investing in the diapers. Okay. That too, Lisa. Went to see Big Baby. I was like, oh, no one is talking about the Tank fight. Boxing is getting better. Everyone's thinking about Keyshawn and Bivol. Yeah, that's true. People don't like the Tank fight. I get it. But like I said, it's a local event. I'm going to it. Alberto, please stop trying to get this man's numbers. It is just. Are you tired of leaving your abuela? Oh, here we go. Are you tired of leaving your abuela leaking after a horse from Queens ran through her? If so, your name is Alberto. A horse? Ew. Ew. Now I'm picturing an old abuela getting the stuffing knocked out of her by a horse. Gross. And Alberto is you just violated him. Ew. Ew. Marco, what up, brother? You see Shakur beating Tank if they meet? Nope. I think Shakur loses to Tank, but he has a great chance. You didn't have to read that whole cup. Hey, man, I'm here for the people. Yo, Rob's foul. That's so gross. You know what would be even more fucked up, Rob? If because Alberto's like 20. If he actually has like a close relationship with his grandma still. That'd be fucked up. If it's actually bothering him. He's like, but I love my abuela. That would be funny. Like, he goes over and they hang out a lot. She still makes him cookies. Or maybe he bakes her the cookies. Oh, man. Rob on BCL and PDF. He can't show his face or voice for a reason. Oh, shit. Greg Hackett versus Brian. That's this Saturday? Damn. I'm cool with Greg, too. Where's that taking place, Lisa? Should go to that. Too late, though. I should ask. No, I'm going to ask Greg right now. Let me ask Greg right now. Greg. Where's it taking place? Yeah, where is it? Before I ask him, because I'm not fucking. If it's not local, or I'm not doing it. Greg Hackett, too funny for that. Oh, in Atlanta. Yeah, I'm not going to Atlanta. So there's that. Salute. Salute, Arthur. Salute. Salud. Saludos, as they say in Espanol. Saludos. Let me see. I just got a message here. What is this? My friend from Brazil is. Okay, we were talking about. I guess I butt dialed. Oh. Today I did. Okay. I hope they're safe and the fight because they're both elderly. Greg's 38 and he's 42. It's not that bad. I bet they're holding more than any. I bet they'd be holding more than anything. Maybe. Who you got winning? Mario. Like Mario Lopez? I guess Brian Norman, because he's bigger than Greg and more experienced and had a better record. Although I'm going for Greg because I know Greg. Any matchups you hope to see next year? I mean, there's a bunch, but we got to wait. Yeah, me too. I know it's a typo. I'm just playing. It's Mario and Marlo. Those are the biggest typos of my name. I see it all the time. Marlo, big one, because you know the L and the K. Excuse me. The L and the K are right next to each other. And then Mario. So Marlo is just somebody hit typo, and Mario is usually an autocorrect. Very common. So when I see it, I'm not really confused. Very common. The abuela. That was just ratchet, though. I want to see all 154s mix it up. Yeah. Well, we got Virgil and Madrimov. I didn't know they sparred a lot. I just found that out. They used to spar a lot, which makes me... And Virgil's a lot bigger than Madrimov. I didn't realize Virgil's so tall. Or maybe Madrimov's so short. But Madrimov looked like Bud's height. So Virgil might be tall. Virgil, matter of fact, I'm going to guess Virgil's 5'10". At least 5'9", 5'10". I'm going to guess 5'10". 5'11". Look at that. Yep. Because he had Madrimov by like at least 2 inches, maybe 3. And Madrimov and Bud are about 5'8". So yeah, Virgil's tall, man. That might make a difference. Oh yeah. Yeah, no, we know that. We will never get Boots versus Crawford. Never say never, señorita. You're not Hispanic, are you, Lisa? Can't tell. Yeah, you look Hispanic. But maybe I'm just being great. Okay, you know what? Tell me if you are, for starters, but just in case, I shouldn't have assumed.
Oh, that's racist.
Apologies. Virgil versus Boychuk was crazy. If Virgil knocked out Madrimov, it will make Bud look bad. It will. But Virgil looked pretty bad his last fight. Not bad, but didn't look dominant at all after knocking everybody and their mother out. When you're on the Boxing Voice, do you ever get frustrated on the panel when discussing boxing with guys that not many have as much experience as you? Maybe because they have ignorant views. Sometimes. Not a lot, but sometimes. But they usually don't talk about shit that matters if you did it or not. They usually just talk about like more opinionated stuff. Virgil ain't long like...
Tutti frutti. It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Alberto, why do you say shit like that? Why do you say shit like that? Yeah, for show. They used to spar. Yep. Black American. Oh shit. That's dope. You know how many people I grew up with like you? So many half Puerto Rican, half black. Like in New York. Where are you from originally? You're not from... You from New York? You might be from New York. That's a very common mix in New York City. Half Boricua, half black. It's a Blackaricua. You're a Blackaricua. That's dope. Damn. Have a pick with Virgil. He's 5'10", 5'11" for show. How tall are you, Steph? Yo, Rob. Chill. Chill, Rob. Chill, Rob. Chill, Rob G. What was his name? The old rapper? Chill, Rob. Chill, Rob G, right? I believe his name was Chill Rob G. Let me double check it. Yep, Chill Rob G. That's his name. Ain't nothing like hip-hop music. Yeah, that was his song. I keep telling you, Marco Alberto is short. Nah, he's not short bus. Difference between... There's a big, big difference, my man, between short bus And
Tutti frutti.
nah, if Virgil knocked Madrimov out, the Canelo fight with Bud won't be as big. Okay. Miami. Okay. Well, whatever. That's a very common New York City mix, I'll tell you that. Boyachuk Fondora. Okay. I wish, Bud, you probably get mistaken for being, oh, you are half Hispanic, though. So I was going to say Hispanic all the time, but you are. So it's not a mistake. Facts. NYC, we grew up with a lot of half Boricua, half. Hell yeah, man. I've seen a couple of dope ones. Half Indian, half Chinese, half black, half white, half black. Those. I had me a couple of those when I was younger. The half white, half black, and those girls were smoking. Yes, yeah. You know what I'm saying? That right there. That, the half white, half black, and then the half Hispanic and half black girls are, yeah. That's in New York, though. I don't know how they make them otherwise. Barely 5'9". Okay. Y'all dudes weird. 5'11" ain't tall. It's fucked up. I'm 5'11". How tall are you? How tall are you, Berto? Haha, look at these. What? Pink bus. The pink bus.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
He's short. He never answers the question. Oops. No, maybe. Nah, but I was just kind of kidding. She knows what I talk about. She knows my past. You don't get a. Oh my goodness.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Why would you be talking about my?
Tutti frutti.
Unbelievable. Alberto is wiling out today. Marco, you know Alberto is half midget, half. Oh damn. 5'11", so he's my height. He's my height, Rob. Rob's like 6'3". Do you think Virgil power carry? It didn't so far, but let's see. It didn't so far, but let's see. Okay, why not? Yeah. What's a pink bus? It is a bus that transports
Tutti frutti.
to the destination of.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
And then takes them back to. That's what it is. It's your bus. Oh, okay. Make predictions for this weekend. Okay. Who's on the card? Remind me. Besides Keyshawn. Pink bus is a bus you always hopped off during Pride. Alberto just paints every single car in his neighborhood pink. He just spray paints it. He's a special kind of graffiti artist.
Tutti frutti.
He just spray paints them all pink and runs off. What are your thoughts? I think, I don't know, man. It's so many question marks left with these dudes. You know what I mean? We don't know because none of them fought each other. Ramos is the best 154 if he beats Boyachuk. Okay, well, let's see it. That fight will be certified.
Boring.
USDA stamped. That's going to be, you guys, the whole highlight joke, I'm watching, that's going to be highlights. Absolutely, that's going to be highlights. Maybe not even all of them. Keyshawn is special, like Like slow? What you mean? Barbosa taking this win. Rob, please call into the show. I'll send a super chat to Marco if you do. I don't think either of those things are happening. Big Baby, Mason, Zayas, Ms. Nikki Jr. Big Baby, Anderson or Miller? Abdullah Mason's fighting? Zayas is fighting? Is this all on the same card? See? She knows more than I do. Look at that. Short bus special. I'm at work, you pink bus boss. Big Baby Anderson. Oh, he's fighting? Good. Good. I'm glad. I got worried he might have just been, that Bacoli thing might have wiped his ass out. That's annoying. And guess what, Lise? They fucking denied me for that card. We're sorry. We regret to inform you that due to high demand, we cannot approve your media request. Fuck you. But you know what? That's Valentine's Day, so I wouldn't have gone anyway. My wife would have literally, she would have choked me. Not like jokey, like she would have been mad, like she would have started choking me down to the floor. And then probably got her sisters over to stomp me out. So, not happening. But I'm just pissed that they didn't approve me. That's just showing like, damn, I'm doing all this work. I'm getting all this, like, I'm making some waves, right, in the boxing scene, and I can only get approved for a Keyshawn fucking card? That's rude. Yeah, Bacoli fucked him up. She would have fucked me up. She wouldn't. I don't think she'll divorce me over that, but she'll hit me with a Randy Macho Man Savage elbow drop, and then hit me with a Hulk Hogan leg drop, and just stomp me out like a Mobb Deep video. Zayas is underrated. You might be right. So there's a lot of question marks. These guys. Do you think tournament style? Yeah, like that Super Six, which I thought was whack. Back when Ward won it, because those guys were all boring. Super 6 or 54 would be dope. Nothing. Bacoli never responded. And I stopped going for interviews because there's nothing more annoying to me than having a fucking, like some kind of a weird groupie stalker keep, hey, you say you want to do an interview? Because they don't respond. They don't give a fuck. I'm not paying them. You know what I mean? Maybe if I was paying them, they would care. They don't, so it's not a priority. And it's like, I hate it. And half the time, even when they say they'll show up, they don't, or they're late. Maybe not half the time, but a lot of the time. All right, people, so I'm going to bounce. My son's going to be home. I got to get my daughter. I will see you guys later. Appreciate you guys. Peace.